question is, a lot of these students are 12th graders about to go to college, and the harassment of students, Jewish students, pro-Israel students on college campus is really hitting an epidemic proportion. An idea that I know from my experience when I went to the University of Pennsylvania was going after disciplinary students' codes of conduct for schools to discipline students who bully and harass pro-Israel students. Can you make efforts with the Florida university students to try, university presidents, to try to get them to institute strong policies to prevent these students from being bullied and harassed pro-Israel students on campus?
No, it's obviously the federal government's role in public higher education institutions, and private for that matter, is limited. It's largely the purview of the state, but absolutely to the extent it can be helpful, we want to be. And quite frankly, it is already wrong and illegal to do that now. Unfortunately, it's not equally enforced, is the problem. I think the bigger issue, and I'm not sure how to solve this, is in the classroom. My friend, I'm sorry to tell you, there's some crazy people teaching courses in this country. I mean, there just is. And there's some good people, and then there's some weirdos, just flat out whack jobs, who have become professors and are protected by tenure. And so what we need to do is we need to inform our young people the truth, and they're going to have to function within that process, but they're going to have to be deeply girded in the truth about the reality of the world and be able to confront some of this when it happens in the classroom. And it's unfortunate sometimes when the person who has control over your grades has an ideology that is far askew from what you believe or from what the truth is. But that's the nature of higher education in America today, unfortunately. And look, I'm not playing this with a broad brush. I'm not saying everyone is this way. I'm not saying every professor. And quite frankly, if you're taking an accounting course, who cares? But in some of the courses that do involve directly on this point, yeah, there's a troubling trend on our campuses today. And that troubling trend is that students are basically being systematically indoctrinated, not maybe by professors, but certainly by a host of other institutions, on this notion that somehow Israel is a serial human rights violator who commits a war crime against the Palestinians and refuses to achieve peace. That is not the record. The record is, number one, there is no one to deal with today. There just isn't. There isn't. There is no one to do a peace deal with. There is no organization. In fact, the people they're asking Israel to negotiate with, celebrate, build monuments to, and dedicate pavilions and paths and streets to the memory of individuals who are murdering innocent Israelis. Number one. Number two, so there's no one to negotiate with to begin with. Number two, Israel's made incredibly generous offers over the last 10 years, each of which has been rejected. That's the second point that I would make about the reality. And number three is Israel takes extraordinary steps to avoid the loss of innocent civilian life. The problem is that Israel's enemies build rocket launching facilities on the roof of hospitals and nurseries. They are the ones that are using innocent people and civilians as human shields. That is the fundamental truth. And that needs to be told, and it isn't. And that is, in my mind, part of this effort to delegitimize Israel's right to exist. That's part of the methodology that they use, and our students need to be equipped to that truth. And we need to ensure that there are on-campus groups that are reinforcing that. But I agree, when there are instances of discrimination against Jewish students, and I have seen that reported in the media on different campuses, we should be quick to condemn it, and our officials at the state and local level should be quick to jump on that as well.